So no matter how hard it was to get to this place, to be sitting here listening to nature, about to witness another sunrise. Was it worth it? Absolutely. Yeah. Wouldn't change a thing. I love my life. I love my life. I love my Now, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. This is really surreal. My first solo trip, and it's so hot. I mean, it's like, well, it was 94 in the car temperature, and I think the humidity is like 180. So I'm heading to my campsite. I know it's early. It's like 5 in the afternoon. But I don't want to mess around. It'll get dark in about 3 hours, I think. I got to anchor. I got to put up the tent. I got a lot of work to do to get prepared. So basically, I'm following the same route. I love this app. If you're a boater and you haven't used Navionics, it's just fantastic. You can, get the whole chart plotter thing, or you can get it for your iPhone. And this is a really old iPhone, and it works fantastic. Even though I don't have phone service, it works off of GPS, so it's just fantastic. Because I tell you, when you're in shallow waters, you really have to have it. So enjoy. Now, one thing that's really beautiful about this boat is we can go into a shallow area. So what I like about this is, we can kind of go over into our little cove and no one else is going to go over there because it's just too shallow. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 neighbors. Bunch of fish over here. So this should be interesting, throwing out the anchor by myself. And there you have it. Hopefully this is decent audio. So this is going to be where I'm going to be for the night. There's my neighbors over there. So we're at, didn't even check the depth here. We're at 3 feet. So that's exactly where we were the last time, 3 feet. And the thing is, even if the tide goes even lower, we can handle it. Just wait for the tide to come back in. So this is going to be my spot for the night. I just want to keep an eye on that anchor and make sure we're good. So I'm going to start setting up the tent and getting ready. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, that was really scary. I just anchored, at least I thought I did, and the wind is just nuts. So I threw out my anchor and it felt like it was holding, and so I started to put up my tent. It was really difficult because of the wind. So I finally got it, and as I'm about to finish getting the tent pulled up, I look over to my left and I'm literally right in those weeds over there. I'm like, oh my God. So probably another 30 seconds to a minute, I would have been run aground. So that was really frightening. So I started the boat, pulled back up, and got into a little bit deeper water. It's only 3 feet here, but I was able to pull 4 feet, and I made sure the front anchor held. I put it in reverse, got it really tight, and then just for safety, I went ahead and threw out the other anchor in the back. So yeah, I don't know why my wife didn't want to go on an overnighter. This was the one thing that I think we were both worried about, is if your anchor comes loose, it could be catastrophic. It could throw you into a spot and you can't get out. And then you got a call to have your boat towed. So I'm feeling a little weird. I'm not sure if I feel comfortable staying overnight after that. We'll have to see. I think if the anchor shifts again, I think I'm going to go on home, because it's just not worth it. Because if I get stuck and I got to call sea tow, I mean, it's going to be $500 or more. So yeah, so like I told you, it's either going to be something that I'm going to love or something that I'm going to regret. So it's a little scary. So stay tuned for more. I tell you, I'm a little nervous about. I'm just sitting here, basically watching the anchors. I put out 2 just to be extra safe. The thing that's really frustrating is you always look at your forecast. I looked at the wind, and it's almost like never accurate. It's always higher than they predict, and the winds are really what make boating challenging, because we kind of learned the hard way when we first bought the boat. If it's over 20 miles an hour, it's just not real fun. You're just fighting the wind the entire time. And right now it's like 15 miles an hour, 9 miles an hour. But the wind gusts are 22, 25. And that's going to be all night. So I'm a little nervous. We'll see what happens. I don't know. You'll see if I stay or not. Alright, I'm not sure about this cloud here. That's got me a little nervous. Got a visitor coming in. Wow, that's kind of scary looking. They're not supposed to be predicting a thunderstorm tonight. Oh my God. We'll have to see. This is ridiculous. Well, my face has probably changed. I'm sure when I look at this, I'm like, oh my God, I looked really panicked. Well, I was, but I'm starting to relax a little bit. It's 7:30. It's been like an hour and a half since I got Anchor, and I feel pretty confident that if the Anchor is going to hold this long, it should be good. But you never know. But I just thought I would, the sun's supposed to set at 8:20. I'm going to try to get some ambient shots. As you can see, the sun is starting to set behind me. And this is exactly what I thought it would be. The only thing that I'm not really liking is really hot. So I'm thinking if I did this again, which I probably will, I should do it in the fall. Because this is just really brutal. I'm so sticky. But I think it'll be worth it to experience this, just the sunset, and then tomorrow morning waking up. Of course, again, I might, tomorrow morning, I might say, yeah, never again. But I doubt it. So stay tuned. I hope to get some really good footage. I don't know if this is picking up, but there's some fishermen over there. And I bet they're dying to know what kind of Beverly Hillbillies contraption going on over there. It'd be interesting to see how close they come over here. We're starting to get into some really beautiful light. Just a little bit more. I'm going to wait for the sun to drop down. And let me tell you, let's just take a look at what I got going on. So, those of you that have followed me, you know that I use this tent. But what I've got going on here for the camping is I've got a screen inside. And let me tell you, if I hadn't put that up when I did, the big horseflies were starting to come in here. I killed 2 of them. I'm like, it's time to put up the screen. So I've got plenty of airflow here. I got the screen going on. So basically what I did is it's, down on the floor, and then I've got stuff propped around, and then I've got, I've got it clipped in some places to, so it's not completely laying all over me. But I think it's a pretty good setup. This is my bed. I'm going to sleep this way, up under the steering wheel, and then lay vertical like that, horizontal, whatever that is. So I think it's going to be, I think it should be a nice night. Like I said, I just wish it wasn't so hot. I mean, the humidity is like 1,000%. So stay tuned. Yeah. This was it right here. If you think about it, life is it's moments. You get married, you might have kids. And it's those moments that, at least for me, you live for. So this is one of those moments. So if you're wondering what that was, that's a little LED light. One of the reasons why I'm running that light is because it runs off your battery, and you know the worst thing would be is the morning you get up and battery's dead. So this is running off of my little jumper. So I tested it the other night, and it ran all through the night, barely pulls any wattage, and I think part of your safety, you're supposed to have that light on. Like you can see over there, everybody's got their lights on, and that way if someone comes in here in the night, they should be able to see you. It's probably looking like a horror movie. So I made it, and it really wasn't that bad, but the reason why I'm filming is, and of course the minute I turn on the camera it stops, but the wind, it's just all of a sudden gotten crazy this morning. It's about 4:30. I've always been an early riser, so I'm not sure if I'm just going to go ahead and get up. Because every time I try to go back to sleep, I just keep not falling back asleep. So I might just go ahead and make my coffee. So I made it. Was it worth it? Absolutely. So really it's what I was talking about last night. It's these moments. So no matter how hard it was to get to this place, to be sitting here listening to nature, about to witness another sunrise. Yeah. To enjoy. This is a good place to stop the adventure. Not too much more to see. I might actually take a nap. So stay tuned for more adventures from the deck of Love of Life of Don Johns.